You're standing there in synagogue on Rosh Hashanah and this hushed silence descends on the whole congregation. Everyone stands ready to listen to the shofar, and then you hear that first famous cry, Tekiah! And that first note blasts out, rolls over everyone, and then you kind of pause for a second and you think like, why is this such a big deal? Like, how did it happen that the shofar came to represent pretty much the entire Jewish New Year, that it becomes this obsession on Rosh Hashanah? When you take a look, or take a listen, to the 3 notes we sound with the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, you start to notice a bit of a pattern emerging. Let's take the first note, that Tekiah. Who's doing that? It's this long, unbroken sound that has a clear beginning and a clear end to it. It almost forms itself like one continuous journey. But then that breaks down into the second note, the Shvarim. These people are great. Where you have this broken 3-part series where it's not actually clear, where does this start, where does it end, which part's the main part, and where's it even going? And then finally, that breaks down even further into the Truah, the final note, which is this staccato, almost like a machine gun sound. And at that point you realize, I've taken that single unbroken note and I'm slowly unpackaging it into more and more chaos. When you look at the world around you, you start off as a child, everything's simple, everything's unbroken and straightforward. But as you get older, you begin to realize that things are far more complicated than they seem at first, until when you look around at what's going on, sometimes you're just overwhelmed by the chaos that surrounds us. Sounds a bit downbeat, right? That's not the end of the story. You see, at the end of the shofar notes, we return back to that simple, unbroken Tekiah sound that reminds us and puts us in the mindset of asking ourselves, what can we do to address that chaos, that brokenness that's in the world? How can we fix that? How can we return the world back to a state of Tekiah, a state of pure, unbroken simplicity? Happy New Year, guys.